Hi, my name is Arpita. I have been in United States since past 2.5 years. I was born in India, and I was born in Calcutta, and that's in the eastern part of India. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, Arpita, can you tell me some differences in the way people communicate with one another in India versus how they communicate with one another in the United States?
Yes. Well, let's take for example in India, like when we are communicating between, like when a teacher is communicating with the student, we use the word sir, madam, and we little bit use more the most like respectful words when we are communicating in India. And but I don't think, like when I came here, I didn't see all this like words being used by students when they want to talk with their professors and teachers. So yeah, that's like in India, I think the communication is bit more like sounds polite, but it doesn't mean that the Americans are rude, but I think that's the way the people talk. But yeah, that's I think the main difference between the communication.
Okay, are there any differences in the way that people, the proximity, like how far the distancing is between people when they're communicating, in their stance, or the way that they touch each other when they communicate?
Yeah, people don't really tend to hug each other that much, but the most formal is like just handshake and stuff. And yeah, in very rural places, like in like villages or in very like yeah like something which is really close to village, and people sometimes like still today, like if a lady enters a room and there's a couple of guys, the lady might put on something on her head and like nod her face down, so she doesn't see other guys' faces in the room. So
okay, so what's the interaction like between the males and the females? Do they talk much?
The women like well, it varies from places to places. In cities it's really modern, it's like here just people like talk like how they talk here. But if you go to like really like rural, really remote place, women never talk to their, especially their husbands, by calling their names. They just call like they just say, like for example they call their son's name. For example, if a son's name is Bob, then they'll call, hi Bob's father, but he will never call the name of the father. She will just say the hi Bob's father. That's how like people, like women usually don't call the guy's name. And guys on the other hand, they talk like they don't have that much of restrictions and stuff. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, is there any difference in the conversation topics that you see between Indians and between people our age in the United States?
I think people here in India, it's a very conservative country and stuff. I have seen people talking about lots of like things like sex and stuff, which people in India don't really want to talk that about in public and stuff. Um, in India, like if you go from to a very academic family, kids sometimes talk about going to colleges and stuff. Like they take that really a lot seriously than people here do, and most of the discussions are academic based and stuff. But here, yeah, I think here people like education is there, but it's not their prior importance. They would also want to live their life along with their what they're gaining the knowledge. So I think yeah, people in India take lots of things like more seriously rather than having like going out and having fun. But kids here also want to talk about video games and all these things and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem.